Is React a framework? The short answer is no. React's website intentionally calls React a library and suggests other frameworks you can use that build on top of React. But why is React not a framework? A framework is a generic term. There are different types of frameworks including front-end, full-stack, and game development frameworks. Since React primarily deals with the view layer of an application, it is closest to being a front-end framework. But it is still generally not considered one. To see why, we need to define what a front-end framework is. A front-end framework is a comprehensive set of tools used to build the user interface of a web application. It imposes an opinionated architecture and set of practices on developers. To be considered a front-end framework, React has to be comprehensive and opinionated. Is React comprehensive? React provides a way for you to build a UI from reusable components. It does not provide other tooling needed to be considered a complete front-end framework. A typical front-end framework will come with built-in solutions for routing, HTTP requests, styling, and more, but React does not. Is React opinionated? When using React in your application, you as the developer have control over what other tools to use and the overall architecture to follow. If you wanted to add a third-party state management library, such as Redux, to your application, you can do it. React does provide some advice for building components and managing state, but nothing is enforced around architecture or the overall structure of your codebase. This contrasts from typical frameworks which strongly encourage or enforce the usage of their pre-designed solutions. For these reasons, React is generally considered to be unopinionated. Based on our definition, React is neither complete nor opinionated enough to be considered a front-end framework. If React is not a framework, what does a framework look like? Next.js is a full-stack framework that builds on top of React. What is a full-stack framework? A full-stack framework is a comprehensive set of tools used to build the complete front-end and back-end of a web application. It imposes an opinionated structure and set of practices on developers. This definition should look familiar as it builds on the front-end framework definition by adding in a requirement for back-end tooling. To be considered a full-stack framework, Next.js has to be comprehensive and opinionated. Is Next.js comprehensive? Next.js provides a broad set of tooling for both the front-end and back-end. It spans routing, data fetching, server and client components, and more. So yes, it does have a complete toolset for building both the front end and back end of a web application. Is Next.js opinionated? Yes, it is. Next.js suggests and enforces various practices. One example is their built-in routing system that generates routes based on your project's file structure. This can simplify the process of configuring routes, but it enforces an opinionated project structure. Another example is with deployment. Next.js offers a cloud platform specifically designed for deploying and hosting your Next.js application. It comes pre-configured with features and optimizations. Although optional, it adds to Next.js's opinionated ecosystem of tooling. And if you continue to look through the docs, you will find more examples. Based on our definition, Next.js is a full-stack framework since it is complete and opinionated. Unlike Next.js, React is neither comprehensive nor opinionated enough to be considered a framework. Understanding the differences between a library and a framework can be confusing, but one analogy I like is that you use a library, but develop within a framework. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps.